Saturday evening. This is a trip, guys. She's a native from Philadelphia. Phyllis was a regular at Dangerfield's Comedy Club in New York. She's worked all over the country and in the Arctic Circle for the Armed Service. She currently resides in Phoenix, and tonight she is your headliner!
She's a lady. Oh, she's a lady.
Let's hear it for all the comics that were up tonight. And let's hear it for yourselves for coming out tonight to see the show. Okay. I'm sure we've already established I'm not 25. But in cat years, I'm only 14 now. But before I even start my routine, I gotta tell you guys something that just happened earlier when we were parking our car. I overheard a woman tell her friend, "Old people have a smell." Well, sure we do. Mine is beer and marijuana. Is this a Ganji crowd? Yeah. Okay. The only problem, I love it. Let me tell you, I put the Jew in marijuana. The only problem is my husband won't go out shopping with me if I'm stoned, because last week we were in Food City. We passed the toy exhibit. I grabbed a teddy and went, "Daddy, please." I was sitting right in the car, too. But let me tell you guys where I'm coming from. I'm on the cusp of see-through panties and Depends. You know what Depends are? They're fucking diapers for older people. And you know, most women, a lot of women have such a hard time with aging. They'll put anything on their face if they think it'll make them look younger. Like my girlfriend uses Preparation H. What if her date says, "Gee, hon, you look great, but what's that smell?" Wouldn't you feel like an asshole? Yes, okay. Okay, so, but let me tell you guys, I'm not so worried about aging as I'm worried about losing I have it written down here, my infrastructure. My infrastructure is breaking down. I'll give you an example. I signed up for Kundalini Yoga. Why? I thought it was cunnilingus yoga. You should have seen their faces when I showed up in my crotchless pants. If these lips could speak. But even worse, last month, a good friend, a former good friend, invited me to a la-di-da charity event. Well, I'm so fidgety, so he leans over and he says, "Would you please sit on your hands and stay in your place?" But I thought he said, "Will you please pull down your pants and sit on my face?" So I did. I'm codependent. But I'm not happy with the changes in my body, like my boobs are sagging. Yeah, my cups runneth over. I used to be a 34B, now I'm a 34 long. I've seen guys at the beach with more uplift than me. And when I say my boobs are going south, I'm not talking Miami Beach. No, right about now they're crossing the equator. Not so bad in the winter because they keep my knees warm. I don't even know where my nipples are. I haven't seen them in a month. Now, some women can wear these support bras. I had to get a winch. And just to make my day complete, this morning I read, as a woman ages, her vagina drops. Well, Well, I guess I'll have to date shorter guys from now on. I'm losing my place, so I need a little help from my friends. I never should have gotten stoned before I came here. I don't know why I did. Anyway, but let me tell you that I think a lot of people think if you're a comedian or a performer, you've got lots of confidence. This is not true. If you're rude to me, I get a yeast infection. Okay, I'm gonna level with you. I had a yeast infection. Here's what I do. I call my friends in California because they're all into home remedies, you know? So my girlfriend said I should douche with yogurt. My other friend said I should douche with buttermilk. And a third said baking soda. Well, I tried all three. And now I feel like I'm going to give birth to a pound cake. I also have a problem with paranoia. But I'm getting better. You know why? Because now I learned to say to somebody, what's wrong? Are you mad at me? And usually they say, I don't even know you. One time I turned myself into the FBI because I was suspicious of my thoughts. They ordered me to stay 100 yards away from myself. But I'll tell you what my biggest problem is. My biggest problem is depression. It got so bad last year, I tried Suiciders Anonymous. Have you ever heard of Suiciders Anonymous? But I don't know, every time I went, there were less and less people. Ohio. Okay. You know what I get a kick out of? I get a kick out of the fact that we all come on the scene so naive. I mean the dating scene, the sex scene. Like girls, did we have any idea how boring a hand job is? Yeah, right. Guys, will you do us a favor? Leave the TV on. Now, I learned so much from my high school Chinese boyfriend, Wow Hung. Wow Hung. Wow Hung. Well, no, he was a great student. When he finally located my G-spot, he highlighted it. But I've had a big problem with commitment my whole life. Would you believe I've been divorced twice?
No.
I've got an ex and a Dos Equis. Now my first husband, my starter husband, he died very young. I interrupted him to death. But he had the nerve to call me immature when he was the one that always hid my Barbie dolls. He hid them all the time. So, okay. Anyway, now I'm dating younger guys. And, you know, check this out, okay? Some guy asked me out. I could have been his mother. Oh, fuck it, his grandmother. And I wondered, what would it be like to discipline this kid? Go to your room. I'll meet you there in a minute. I was so embarrassed when my neighbors would think when he came to pick me up, I asked him to carry a Domino's box. That was some fucking delivery, I'll tell you. If these lips could speak, could I hear that? If these lips could speak. Right, anyway. So, now I need a little more help from my friends. Oh yeah, a little bit about my background. I grew up in a typical Jewish family. My grandmother's last words were, take a sweater. Now my dad never met a woman he didn't like, except for my mother. But she got back at him. For 40 years, she overcooked his dinner. Yeah, I never really got to know my mom too well because when I was just a little kid, she said she had a surprise for me. It was a restraining order. So anyway, but I'm a little off tonight. I don't know if you can tell. I just saw something the other day that really threw me. Did you ever see an uncircumcised penis? It looks like the Cape Crusader. I didn't know whether to say fuck me or save me. Anyway, so I'm also lost again. That smoking I did before I came tonight was very strong. Anyway, but let me tell you a little bit about my background, my education. I had a really good education. I went to Hebrew Union College, studied comparative suffering. I thought about taking criminology, but suffering was a better fit. Anyway, but my first job after college, oh my God, was so great. It was a gem. It was in New York at the Jewish Museums. I was in charge of a brand new exhibit, I think it was called
Come on, girl, what the heck?
a brand new exhibit called Famous Foreskins. We had everybody. We had Freud, we had Einstein, we even had Gershwins.
You gotta cut that thing off.
Get yourself, fuck you. We even had Gershwins. His looked just like a little G clef. Anyway, so, but I don't know. I think you guys are a pretty savvy group of people. And I'd like to say to you, I'd like to ask you a question, but I don't know what the fucking question is. No, you guys know that size doesn't matter. Do you know that size doesn't matter? Unless you want to have intercourse. Now, I've been observing penises for like 50 years. I'm 51. Okay. And I'm still fascinated. I'm not saying they're pretty, but they are entertaining. Like, girls, will you back me up? When guys walk around naked with all that bouncing and bobbing, tell me it's not a puppet show. Okay, well, let me, I like to say a brief word about oral sex. More. And here is a tip, girls, to get your partners to give you oral sex, douche with vodka. No, I'm a great fan, I am. But I look at myself and I say, how long do I have? So I decided to get a tattoo on my labia. Would you raise your hand if you don't know what the labia is? I'm getting a tattoo on my labia, and it's going to say, best of Eden by 2022. But I'm going to ask you guys a question for my last thing, because you're so savvy. Can you tell me why you guys never make a sound during sex? I mean, are we supposed to create the whole soundtrack? Couldn't you at least cough? So, okay, crap your knuckles, do something. And, oh God, when you do come, would you please let us know? Like a tap on the shoulder? Maybe a fax? No, I've got it. A postcard. I've arrived. Having wonderful time. Wish you were here. Thank you very much. my God.